it's not looking good for these folks.
Off you go.
Last time you left me a pistol with one shot.
With the powers, you're right. Where'll be Jack's pistol?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Left 4 Dead movie scenes.
Lawrence, calm down. There must be a way out of this.
For this list, we're looking at movie scenes where a character is screwed over and left to die by another character. However, whether or not they actually die is not a factor. We are excluding movies like Shaun of the Dead, though, because that's really more of a noble sacrifice than anything else. Also, this should go without saying, but for those who don't get hints, spoiler alert.
Contemplate this on the tree of woe.
Number 10, Sealed in the Tomb, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I told you it would be all right!
We start our list with what was the debut and almost the demise of everyone's favorite fedora-wearing archaeologist.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
After racing against time to beat the Nazis to the Ark of the Covenant, Dr. Jones must conquer his fear of snakes, at least for the time being, in order to procure the ancient treasure from its burial chamber, the Well of Souls. But those pesky Nazis are right on his tail, and soon enough, Jones' archenemy Dr. Belloc and nefarious Nazi Colonel Dietrich catch up to seal Indy and his companion Marion in the well. Leaving them trapped down there forevermore. Or so they thought. Number 9. Beaten and nearly drowned, A Clockwork Orange. Leader of a gang of ultra-violent droogs, Alex DeLarge makes himself one too many enemies, and he's betrayed and left to deal with a murder rap on his own. Fortunately, violent tendencies are nothing a little aversion therapy can't fix, and eventually he's released a new man. The new beginning doesn't last though, as Alex soon encounters two of the former gang members who betrayed him.
If it isn't little Alex, long time no Vinny Drew, how goes?
It's impossible! I don't believe it!
And they happen to be wearing police uniforms. Out to the woods they go, where they kick the spit out of their former leader and almost drown him, abandoning him in the middle of nowhere to lick his wounds. This leaves us with one question. How the hell did they become cops? Number 8. Tied to a Tree, Conan the Barbarian. Even the manliest of manly men is left for dead every once in a while, on his quest to punish those responsible for the deaths of his parents. The titular barbarian visits the temple of his enemy and gains access to it by dressing up as a priest. Well, apparently it wasn't such a great disguise, because next thing you know, Conan's captured by Thulsa Doom and crucified on the Tree of Woe to think about what he's done. Days pass, and even the vultures know Conan isn't long for this world. But once all hope seems lost, it's good old Subutai to the rescue. Better late than never, we suppose. Number 7. The traitorous Dr. Mann, Interstellar. Christopher Nolan seems to like leaving people for dead, but we can think of nothing worse than being marooned on a desolate planet. Cooper has landed on Dr. Mann's planet with the knowledge that it's able to sustain human life. Mann decides to show Coop the lay of the land, and that's when trouble starts. We find out the good doctor lied about the planet being habitable, and told the fib so he could be rescued from the icy hell he'd called home for the past while. He then pushes Coop off a cliff, cracks his helmet, and bolts. Dick move, Matt Damon. Dick move.
Don't judge me, Cooper. You were never tested like I was.
Number 6. Buried alive, buried. Even if you're not claustrophobic or afraid of the dark, we defy you not to be terrified if you wake up and find yourself buried in a coffin with nothing but a lighter, a BlackBerry, and the knowledge that you are screwed. truck driver Paul Conroy finds himself in this situation while working in Iraq after being kidnapped by terrorists.
United States Department of State.
I'm an American citizen working in Iraq. I've been taken hostage. I need to speak to someone right away.
Where are you calling from, sir?
From Iraq. I'm a truck driver. I work for CRT, Creston, Roland, and Thomas.
And it's a race against time to find him when the US government refuses to pay the demanded ransom.
What the hell happened out there, Paul? Paul?
Wait.
For a movie that features basically only one character and is set in a dark box, this is a nail-biter. We are left to watch helplessly, hoping beyond hope that Paul will make it home to his family.
I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm so sorry. I should never have come here. I should have listened to you. I'm sorry.
Sweetie, I don't care. I just want you home. Please, come home to me.
Number 5. Game Over, Saw.
From the looks of these chains, someone didn't want us to go very far either.
Throughout this film, we sit in a dingy bathroom alongside Dr. Lawrence Gordon and Adam Stanheidt, watching to see how each piece fits into Jigsaw's puzzle.
Think about this. You don't need a gun to kill Adam. When there's that much poison in your blood, the only thing left to do is shoot yourself.
This unique serial killer, instead of killing for sport, gives his victims the chance to live, but at a price. Adam must escape before Lawrence kills him, and if Lawrence fails to do so, his family dies. Dr. Gordon does the unthinkable and saws off his own foot to break free of his chains and look for help. It turns out, however, that the Jigsaw killer was with them the entire time, and after revealing himself, he locks Adam in the bathroom to die. Bummer.
Game over.
Number 4. Buried Alive, Again. Kill Bill, Volume 2.
This is for breaking my brother's heart.
The second chapter of the bride's revenge story hits the ground running, as Beatrix Kiddo tends to her business with a former deadly viper named Bud.
Before you leave, talk to Rocket. She's got a job for you to do.
Having already been warned by Bill of her impending arrival, Bud, also known as Sidewinder, catches her off guard with a shotgun blast of rock salt square to the chest. Before burying her alive, he allows Kiddo the choice. Either he maces her blind or leaves her with a flashlight.
You see this? You see it, don't you? That's a can of mace.
Shouldn't there be a none of the above option? She doesn't stay buried for long, as she uses a series of point-blank punches to break free and claws her way to freedom. Badass. Number 3. Lynching, Hang 'em High.
Found Johansson and his wife on the kitchen floor, gunned down. Dead. Oh.
Don't you just hate it when you're minding your own business, herding some cattle, and a posse shows up accusing you of a crime you didn't commit and then hang you for it? Well, that's exactly what happens to Jed Cooper, a rancher who's wrongfully hanged for stealing cattle and whose pleas of innocence fall on deaf ears. Fortunately for Jed, this posse must have missed the first day of Hanging 101, and they leave before Cooper is dead. That leaves him wide open to be rescued by Deputy Marshal Bliss. Once Jed recovers, his journey for revenge against the lynch mob begins.
When you hang a man, you better look at him.
And you do not want to be on Clint Eastwood's bad side. Number 2, Shot and Left Behind, Platoon.
You up in a firefight and I goddamn guarantee you a trip out of the bush.
War is hell. And our runner-up is just one scene that proves that adage. The story of a platoon and their struggle to survive the Vietnam War takes a darker turn than you could have imagined when Sergeant Barnes illegally kills a civilian. Worried that the morally upstanding Sergeant Elias will expose him, Barnes shoots him on their next patrol. blaming his death on the enemy, and evacuating with the rest of the platoon. The scene turns absolutely heartrending when, as the helicopter is taking off, the group sees Elias running through the trees, chased by the Viet Cong. The copter flies by just in time to see Elias as he's riddled with bullets and succumbs. Before we reveal our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Never again see the light of day! Too long!
I'd really rather hope we were past all this.
There's too many locks. There's too many. I can't do it. I can't get it off. I'm sorry, okay? You understand? I'm sorry.
Number 1. Man leaves wife 28 weeks later.
You alright, sweetheart?
I'm fine. The rage virus makes a man do crazy things, even if he's not infected. Our new protagonist in this sequel is Don. He and his wife Alice are holed up with some other survivors in an abandoned house, when who should drop by but an unwelcome horde of the infected. In the frenzy to flee, Don gets separated from his wife and the boy they're sheltering. And with Alice pleading for help, Don chooses not to be the hero, but to escape himself by shutting the zombies in the room with his beloved.
Don! Help us!
Logically, a smart move. Morally, however, that's for you to decide. Do you agree with our list?
Do it.
Which Left 4 Dead scenes left you speechless? For more intense top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
May I have a glass of water, please?